We've had walkouts on this. There have been accidental discharges. There have been reports of crew members firing live ammunition for target practice. Mere hours before this gun has been handed to Alec Baldwin, we've got accusations of disregarding safety protocols and sexual misconduct being leveled against the man who physically handed the gun to Alec Baldwin. We've got the armorer herself, the woman in charge of the guns, who's only on her second job. This is a young woman's entire career is potentially on the line here as well. She's, comes from a family background in this business. And we've got her on a podcast a month in advance talking about going into this for the first time and her nerves at it. So there are a number of different narratives and subplots being threaded through this, but it ultimately comes down to an issue of safety that's now going to reverberate through the industry with sort of the consequence that we haven't really seen since Me Too, I would say.
Well, Van, the problem with this is there is no way on earth this should ever have happened. There are enough rules. The armourer is supposed to check the gun. They're supposed to show it to the actor, show the empty barrel. No actor is supposed to point a gun, loaded or otherwise, at anybody. So many rules seem to have been broken in this.
Very much so. Now, Alec Baldwin himself was handed the gun and was told very specifically, many witnesses, many verifications, he was told cold gun. Now, that means there is no ammunition in this, live blank or anything. There is nothing in this gun. As far as I know, they weren't even filming. They were blocking. Crew was around the monitor at the time doing the blocking camera angles. Baldwin took the gun from the holster and accidentally discharged it. And it went straight through Halyma Hutchins' chest and into the shoulder of the director, Joel Souza, as well. Now, Joel Souza obviously is recovering, has expressed that he's, quote, gutted about Halyma Hutchins. And now the attention seems to be also an incident in 1984. I think his name was John Eric Heck, from a short-lived TV show, single season show called Cover Up, who, whilst bored between takes, famously picked up a revolver, put a blank round in it. This is without knowing anything about gun safety in general. Played mock Russian roulette with himself, and the resulting air pressure blew. I think it was about the size of a coin.
I'll stop you there because Van, sorry, I know a bit about that, and that's not strictly right. But what I want to ask you about Alec Baldwin, because he pulled the trigger with or without any knowledge of what had gone wrong. But as producer of the film, is he liable in some way in the long run with this?
I don't think Baldwin is going to be liable for this in any way, shape, or form. He is legally covered on this. Alec Baldwin has had no hands-on direct involvement in this. He has been handed a weapon. He's been told in front of witnesses this is a cold gun. Now, that is the end of his liability on this. He is a producer. There are several producers on this. He also co-created the story. This was very much a passion project for Baldwin. He saw this as his Unforgiven. He's not the only person, it's worth mentioning, who had a lot riding sort of in terms of the ongoing arc of their career on this movie. Jensen Ackles as well was kind of hanging on this to the launch for the next stage of his career. As far as Baldwin's liability, I don't think we'll see anything there. He has spoken to police. He has given a statement. Your search warrants have been issued. Questions have been asked already. And there are two investigations ongoing into what has transpired here. There is an internal investigation from Rust Productions LLC themselves, with the holding company that producing the film, but also the New Mexico Office of Occupational Health and Safety are conducting a full investigation into this, because the Bonanza Creek Ranch where this took place is a huge part of the local economy there. This is a iconic filming location that's used on things like westerns, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, movies like that. So they need this to be as above board, as quick, as precise, and as definitive an investigation as it can be.
Van, really good to talk to you, Van Connor. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Van.